And finally, new rule now that Americans are finally returning to the office after the pandemic. Let's let them fuck. Not necessarily right on the copy machine, but, you know, in general. I bring this up because last week the Boston Celtics became the latest corporation to show an executive the door for what seems to be acknowledged as a consensual relationship when they suspended their head coach, Ime Udoka. Now, for sure, not all the facts about this case are known. And if it turns out he was violent or physically coercive, then his case has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, and he should expect the appropriate and severe punishment. But in general, it's long overdue that America had an adult review of our war on office romance. You know, there's only a few places where Americans meet each other in person anymore. Work, bars, church, and Adam Levine's house. Now, in the Udoka case, the widely reported description of it has been improper, intimate, and consensual. Okay, intimate and consensual, I shouldn't even be reading about it. What people do that is intimate and consensual is not my business, not yours, and not that fucking little leprechaun. Improper, on the other hand, probably refers to a power imbalance between the two parties. And yes, in a workplace setting, a power imbalance can be abused. It is a real thing to watch out for if it involves coercion or promoting someone who doesn't deserve it because they're blowing you. But to deny two humans who are anxious for each other the chance to find love in the same office is a bit anachronistic, as most businesses now have serious protocols in place where employees can report and get relief from being harassed. This is no longer the Mad Men days, where there was no HR, no yearly mandatory sexual harassment seminars, and the Me Too movement hadn't happened. Times have changed. And yet nearly a quarter of employers require all employee relationships of any kind to be disclosed. Really? God forbid grown-ups start making decisions about their own bodies without getting corporate involved. And when it comes to managers and subordinates, the majority of companies don't allow any relationship at all. But love, and where it might happen, is like the last mystery. It's serendipity. Also, when you're fucking someone at the office, you know they can hold down a job. Under current guidelines, Michelle Robinson could never have dated Barack Obama, who was a summer associate at her law firm when they met. She was literally fucking the intern. Wasn't there a power imbalance when Joe Scarborough started dating Mika Brzezinski? I'd have to say yes, since the name of the show was Morning Joe. Not Morning Joe and Mika, although now that they're married, I wouldn't be surprised if that's next. In 2019, the CEO of McDonald's had to step down after it was discovered that he was having a consensual relationship with an employee. I know, gross. Who would date someone who works at McDonald's? But I remember reading about the scandal and wondering where the scandal was. There was no harassment, no off-color text, no dick rubbing against underlings. I mean, we all know that no doesn't mean yes, but now yes doesn't mean yes. What happened to my body, my choice? Same thing happened to the CEO of Priceline, forced out because he had a relationship with an employee. But come on, it's hard not to have an affair or two when you're getting such a bargain on hotel rooms. But this is how sex works now. The rule is, if I want to have sex with another willing adult, but we both work for Hyundai, we need permission from Hyundai. And we just accept that, like taking our shoes off at the airport. Earlier this year, Jeff Zucker was forced to resign as president of CNN after he admitted he kills hookers in a van. Oh, wait, no, that's not what happened. I'm sorry. No, he had consensual sex with a 49-year-old CNN executive who didn't complain then and doesn't now. She said they were in a relationship. Sure, like a 49-year-old executive knows better than we do about whether or not she's a victim. Who are we protecting here? Exactly who at CNN would have been traumatized by this unauthorized boning? The war correspondents? This couple has been in the news a lot lately. Why aren't we freaking out about a director dating one of her cast members? Power imbalance? Are you kidding? On a movie set, the director is God. But sometimes people fall in love with God. It's a very attractive position. Who are we to tell other people they can't have love because when they met, they weren't exactly co-equal? People are not always attracted to their co-equal. We're not robots. What we are, apparently, is lonely. There is a loneliness epidemic out there. It is widely reported. A Morning Consult poll found that almost 4 out of 5 young adults consider themselves lonely and have trouble forming relationships outside of their home. And that certainly seems the case in the incest porn I watch. If loneliness is destroying our health, causing depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and shortened life expectancy, it's just not helpful to be criminalizing the pool of eligible mates that is the workplace. Does anyone really think that swiping right on some rando because he has nice hair and he's posing in front of a Dodge Challenger is a better way to meet someone than at the office? And not for nothing, when Udoka was fired, they replaced him with a guy who was once arrested on charges of domestic battery. But it's okay because they didn't work together.